when you make a backswing, I can still feel like my arm is down, but it's not completely glued to me. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you one of my new favorite training aids, one that I can't really be without, one that really shows you how to connect your arms in the backswing and make solid contact. So let's get into it. So with me today, I have the TRS SLIDER, which is a training aid that goes around the body and helps you keep the connection in the arms throughout the duration of the swing. And this was inspired by one of my favorite swingers of the golf club, Robert Rock, and I know that he had a lot of input into this training aid and how it works. So I'm going to show you some of its main uses and a little bit how I would use it in lessons as well. So all you do is it comes with this clip and you unclip this and you can adjust it to all different body sizes. I think they sell it in different sizes as well. I've got the medium, and all you do is wrap that around your chest and then put it together. Then it comes with this arm strap. So I'm just going to twist this round so the clip's at the back, and then this arm strap undoes, loops through here, and then your right arm goes in there nicely. And now you can see I am locked in place and how it can keep my arm a little bit more connected. So it comes with two different strap settings, so you can make it a little bit looser so that in the backswing your arms have a touch of freedom, because we never want them completely glued to the body, as that will lose power, and we might struggle to move the club around us. So there is another setting which gives you just a little bit of room. So when you make a backswing, I can still feel like my arm is down, but it's not completely glued to me. And I think what I like about this training aid is it moves. Okay, so this strap here is on a slider, hence is why it's called the slider. And this little strap here can move around my body, and I like that for quite a few reasons. But certainly in the backswing, one of the things I use it for is where there's this other connection here, my arm can't really pull past that, and I can move this strap into different places. So if I wanted my arms to travel more around me, I can move that strap more that way, and my arms can slide more behind me. But for me, I don't necessarily like that, so I don't like my arms to get behind my body, so I'm going to move that strap round a little bit more so that joint is just sitting there, and now my arms can't really move past that. So in my backswing, I can create a much better fold of my arms without my arms pulling behind me too much. And I would say that's probably one of the biggest sensations that I get with this, that as I start to make a backswing, I feel like because my arms don't lift as much, they start to create a much more natural fold as they go to the top. Now, I have actually used this training aid of late, and some of the things that I would say it does for me is it helps me rotate, which might sound crazy because that's not what it's intended for, but I know in my swing that I actually stop rotating my chest and lift my arms. So by me not being able to now lift my arms off my chest, I actually have to make a pretty full rotation now to be able to complete my backswing. Okay, so when I get to here, I feel like I'm relatively stuck. So I'm going to use my hips and shoulders to actually complete that backswing. Now, the second part I've really enjoyed this training aid is for the follow through. Again, for me, that gets my arms a little bit trapped behind me, it's quite common that my arms would fly off my body, become disconnected out the other side. And I know that I personally struggle with some heel strikes. So again, this training aid doesn't allow me to do that. As I start moving into my downswing, my arms stay nice and tight to my body, and then they work around the corner a bit better. So from here, as I start to work down, the slider will slide through and then around again. It actually has to trace my rib cage a bit better. It's not possible for me to throw them away. So for me, I started with some very small swings where I would go to here and then hit some shots, and the finish was a little funny at first because I certainly wasn't used to my finish being that rounded, which felt a little strange, but I did start to see some really solid contacts again. I did start to miss the heel, and I did find the middle of the face more often. So as I was making those swings, I was starting off small, just allowing my arm to rotate around my chest. And again, something that I didn't really realize this training aid was going to give me is the sense of rotation again, for that arm to feel like it wasn't going to fly off my body. I actually had to rotate my chest through the ball a little better. So that was a really helpful one too. So I'm actually going to go backwards a step here and go back to probably one of my favorite uses for it, which is the sliding tool again. Now, for me, I'm a big fan of my students getting their arms back in front of their body, not getting jammed up behind them too much. So arms back in front of ribs, creating space for impact. And for me, that's what this training aid gave me. So because of this little knot or the other buckle here, where I twist that more frontal, this little buckle, my arms can't pull behind me as easy. Whereas again, without this training aid, my arms can easily slide right back behind the center of my ribs, and they slide right back here and then come into here. Whereas where I've twisted that back round and that buckle's now much more on the front, as I go to the top, I'm not really able to do that. And then as I come down, I can certainly feel like that this bar starts to slide a little bit more in front of me, and you can see as my trowel arm starts to move in front of me, I'm getting the handle more forward, which in time is going to give me a lot more compression when I add in that rotation piece. I think a lot of players try and add the rotation piece in, but their arms are too far behind them. So if they can get their arms moving back in front of their ribs and add in that turn piece, you can see how far forward I can have my hands, giving me great compression as well. So for me, that was something that I really enjoyed, because I know that some of my pre-shot routines and rehearsals were always trying to keep my arms in front of me, back in front of me, and then feeling a bit more around here. So yeah, I find this training aid extremely helpful, but more importantly, I think for anyone that gets quite a bit of arm lift in the backswing, then this is a lovely training aid to just feel connection and rotation in the rib cage. So I hope you found this video helpful, and yeah, keep me posted. So I hope you found that video helpful. I am certainly looking to post more training aids and drills. So if you'd like me to do that, please comment below and just let me know. But please subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. And thanks again. I'll see you soon.